Hi there everyone, this week I would like to present you my version of creepy Gastly, Hunter and Gengar. Let's begin! So to begin I had to create from clay my mutated Pokémons because later I'm going to use them as form for resin. So here I began with Gengar, and as always I want to make them look kinda different, and here I'm making big open eyes with wide open mouth and kinda humanish teeth and big tongue. I thought this will add some extra weirdness to this sculpture. Later I added some lips and it was time to move on to this kind of horns that he has. After this part it was time to move on with arms. It's actually nothing complicated because these Pokémons have really easy body to copy, and with that done I moved to his tiny cutie feet. Later just attaching them to the body and it was time to move on with Gastly. With Gastly it's as easy as you can imagine. I made just ball of clay and added some creepy teeth and wrinkles. I don't know why, but I recorded it really badly, so let's go with Hunter. To make this guy, I just took piece of clay and started to shape it to create pattern that I can use. When I was already satisfied, I used some metal balls to create eyes and started to add some eyelids. After that I used a really tiny piece of clay to create stitches on his mouth, because I imagined that he was laughing a lot in a laboratory and some guys were so annoyed that they decided to shut his mouth. And now time for the rest of his horns. Hands I decided to make separately because he don't have them connected to body, so later I will figure it out how to use them. Now time to put them into oven and wait until they are hard enough. So when they are already prepared I have to create silicone to make form of them and pour it into containers with these guys. I'm making form of them to use resin because I decided that I want these guys to be transparent. After a few hours it was hard enough, so it was time to take them out, and when I did that I mixed resin with purple pigments and just pour it into my forms, and here starts my problems. The problem is that I didn't have enough of hardener for resin, so even after 2 days resin was quite squishy, but I thought I can figure it out somehow because resin was still quite good. So I took them out and cleared out of silicone as much as possible. Now time for some painting. As you can see here I made teeth and tongue, again from clay, because this stuff don't have to be transparent, and I also lost them in silicone. Anyway, eyes I made the same for Hunter and Gengar, so I will show only eyes from the bigger one. I don't know why, but I like paint eyes with all my mutated guys with red, because that gives them this extra creepy look. For tongue I'm using dark red and some red wash. This is my beloved combination to make something look meaty and bloody, and with teeth it's nothing complicated, just some grey color and black washes. Later, to make it look more mutated, I'm painting parts that I'm missing with fluo yellow to look like some ectoplasma, and after that adding some lime UV resin to give effect of dripping blood, or ectoplasma. Painting done, so time to move on with diorama. Off camera I made some details from clay, and time to create boxes for these guys. I decided to use some plastic containers that I found for $1 and just glue details inside them to look like containers where they keep our boys. And when boxes are prepared, it was time to prime them and move on with painting again. After painting I connected some lights and moved with resin again. When resin is curing I moved to last part of diorama, so some kind of abandoned laboratory. For this purpose I used photo frame, and inside of it I poured cracking paint that creates cracks when it's fully dry. After that I used some leftover bricks made from plaster and pipes made again from clay. Priming again and painting this stuff. I also decided to make some table where will be easy formula for mutating Pokémons. Gengar plus DNA means mutation. Easy. After that some dry pigments and again UV resin. Later painting containers for Pokémons when resin is fully cured and connecting wires. After that we can call it done. So I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and I hope I will see you in another video. Bye bye!